for throwing out a piece of art my boyfriend ruined. 2 years ago, I saw an original watercolor piece that I liked. I contacted the artist and I bought it. When the piece arrived, I sought a frame for it, but I hadn't been able to find a frame that size every time I went to the store. They were all either too big or too small, so I just kept the piece in an envelope on my desk. I would sometimes look at it and remember that I had to find a frame for it, but I would later just forget again. Work, family, and life leaves little time to devote to looking for a frame for a painting, and I don't have any framing businesses near me, so that wasn't an option either. Today, my boyfriend was dusting and came out of the office to show me the painting in a spare frame that he had been using for something else. I asked him if that frame was 9 by 12. He tells me that it was an 8 by 10. Oh my God, are you serious? And that he had to cut a piece of the artwork to make it fit. No, you're not the asshole. I would have fucking lost my mind. Are you kidding me? When I looked at it, the piece went from a centralized composition to having the composition indented to the left side because he cut a whole inch on that side to save the artist's signature, which was on the extreme opposite end. Oh my gosh. For reference, imagine if you cut the Mona Lisa to the point where her head is no longer in the center. I would be, girl, I am mad for you. This painting clearly meant a lot to you. Even though you weren't able to find a frame so you could display it, it meant a lot. You kept it safe. Oh my gosh, where the fuck y'all be finding these boyfriends? When he noticed that I was perplexed, he nonchalantly tells me the painting was in an envelope anyway, and it's better if it's out so we can see it. Bitch, you pronounced "I'm sorry" incorrectly. I got mad because this isn't the first time that he's taken something of mine and given it away, offered it to someone else, or just not asked and done whatever he wants with it. And you're still with him? Girl, his mother does the same thing with his things at her house. In their family, if you're not using something, anyone can do with it as they please. Break up with this man. Because that'll make no fucking sense. I bought this. This is mine. But because I'm not using it right now, you have the right to pick it up and destroy it and not fucking apologize about it when you see that I'm clearly, visibly upset. But girl, if you don't break up with this man, because the way I would have put his head between the washer and the fucking dryer, I explained to him, in my family, you don't do anything with other people's stuff. I have a tendency to ruminate on thoughts, so I try not to engage in negative emotions because then I just can't let go of them. And I cycle and cycle through them, and it makes my life miserable. I have to devote a lot of energy to get me back to normal. Every time I looked at the framed painting, I felt a new wave of sadness, anger, and frustration ripple over me. So I took the frame down, took the painting out of it, ripped it into 4 pieces, and threw it in the garbage. When my boyfriend saw it, he was shocked and visibly hurt. For fucking why? Why are you hurt? 1, this was not your motherfucking painting. 2, I didn't break your little peasy ass fucking frame. So why are you hurt? You didn't do this with good intentions. You did this to step over my fucking boundaries. This is a red flag. This man is a red flag. I get that his intentions were good. Fucking how? How? But he ruined a piece of art that was not his to begin with. Now it's awkward at home because I'm still fuming and he's sad. Am I the asshole? No, baby, you're absolutely not the asshole. You're not the asshole. This man is doing this shit on fucking purpose. I don't give a fuck that this is how things are done in his mom's house. You guys aren't at his mom's house. This is you guys' house, meaning that he should be respecting your fucking boundaries when it comes to your things. You can't tell me this man didn't do this shit on purpose. He had ill intentions from the fucking beginning. So you would cut a painting to fit into a frame that it doesn't fit in, but you want to preserve the artist's signature for fucking why? The painting is worthless now. What the fuck was he doing in the drawer where the painting was at? I thought he was dusting. The last time I checked, I have never once opened a single fucking drawer to dust any goddamn thing. You can't tell me he didn't do this shit on fucking purpose. The top comment just makes me hurt for OP even more. This person says, he was visibly sad. Him, the butcherer of art, not the asshole. No, babe. He's careless to the point of negligence and doesn't know how to use a brain. Or he did this maliciously to make you okay with his tendency to do shit like this. Bright red flags. I'm furious for you. You felt attached to this piece of art and you kept it safe. You've been hunting for a way to display it, but only if you could find the perfect way to do so. There was no rush. The frame would speak to you when it was time, but he not only destroyed the piece of art that you loved, he ruined the experience around it. This speaks to his character, and if he doesn't understand why this was an unspeakable offense, I would dump him yesterday. I could not live a life filled with so much disregard. Am I the asshole for treating my coworker differently after she accused me of SA when I saved her life? I'm a quiet guy and genuinely friendly. I treat all my coworkers as friends. About 2 months ago, during a work lunch, one of my coworkers started choking. So I did the Heimlich thing to help her. After she was in the clear, the others cheered and I asked if she was all right. She just nodded and headed to the bathroom without a word, so I didn't think much about it. Until 2 days later, I got called into HR for my inappropriate behavior. I was confused and I asked for more details. That's when they told me my coworker filed a complaint stating she felt my touches when I was helping her were inappropriate. My body was too close and she felt my private touching her. So she wasn't really choking then. Because I don't know about anybody else, but if I'm choking, the last thing I'm worried about is the person that's helping me being pressed up against me. So she wasn't really choking. She couldn't have been fucking choking. I gave my statement and they put me on ice. I was still working with potential to be removed while they investigated further. After about a week, I was in the clear. I returned to working normally without fear, but I started distancing myself from the coworker. She tried to apologize, which I accepted, and then tried to explain that she has to tell me she has trauma, but I still take precautions and I only treat her as just a colleague. I completely get you having trauma, but that is not anyone else's job to deal with. This person went out of their way to help you, and in return, they were accused of all types of nasty things. Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to go to therapy to process your fucking trauma, because that is insane to me. That is insane. You were choking. You were choking. You know you were choking because you went from choking to not fucking choking after this person went out of their way to help you. And the only thing that you could think of was he was touching me. Bitch, are you kidding me? You need to go and speak to somebody because you are allowing your trauma to cause fucking problems where there are none. I no longer talk to her unless I need to. I always keep my distance from her, and I'm no longer inviting her out unless there's others with me. She could feel my hesitance towards her and how I no longer treat her the same as others. She tried to say that I'm being ridiculous and petty, but I told her that I'm just looking out for myself. So am I the asshole? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're not being petty. You're not being ridiculous. You used a life-saving maneuver to help this bitch fucking continue to live. And she, in turn, accused you of being inappropriate. These are what the fuck we call boundaries. Bitch, I'm not going to give you an opportunity to accuse me of doing anything else. Your fucking coworker sucks, and you need to stay as far away from her as you fucking can. You need to avoid her at all motherfucking times. Do not ever be in a room with her alone. Ever. This bitch is fucking insane because you cannot accuse someone of SA and then think the friendship is going to go right back to where the fuck it was when it comes out that they didn't. Your trauma is not a fucking excuse. Bro, no. I'm going to tell you what the fuck is going on. This girl does not want to have to face the consequences of her actions. She knows what the fuck she did was wrong, and now everyone else does too. And by the way that you are treating her, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like that this is the result of something that she fucking did. So by default, she's got to blame it on somebody else. Do not allow her to get your ass caught up again. I truly feel like this girl does not have the trauma that she's speaking of, that she just really likes attention. Now, hear me out before y'all get upset at me. Before y'all get upset at me, let me explain why I feel the way that I feel. If I believe that someone has violated me to the point where I am complaining at my job because I feel violated, there's no way in hell that I'm going to, one, apologize to this person once it comes out that they are innocent. Because if I feel like I've been violated, I've been violated. Two, I'm not going to fight this person on continuing a friendship. I'm not going to press them to continue to treat me the way that they did before I accused them of violating me. So personally, I'm trying to be gracious towards her, but personally, I just feel like she likes attention. Because fucking what? Why do you want this person in your life? If you feel so violated and you truly feel like they did these horrible things to you, why do you want them in your life? Why are you fighting so hard for this person to acknowledge you?